Hey everybody, it's Harry Clemens here from ThoughtGym.com and welcome to this video. This video I want to talk to you about one of my favourite exercises. It's called rebounding. What's rebounding, you're probably asking? Well, rebounding is essentially just a mini trampoline. It's just jumping up and down on a mini trampoline however you want to. It's one of these exercises that I've been doing for a couple of years now, and I've got to say it's by far the best one that I've come across in my 30 plus years of exercising. Now, it's one of these exercises that is muted around the internet as being recommended by NASA for their astronauts. Now, I'm not sure if that is true or not, however, I do know that it's brilliant for me and I do recommend it for you. So what I wanted to do in this video is give you 10 reasons why I think rebounding is something that everybody should get into. If not on a daily basis, then at least 3 or 4 times a week. But trust me, once you do it once or twice, you're going to want to do it every day. So like I said, rebounding is just like a mini trampoline. You can put it in your house, in front of your TV, wherever, and just jump up and down. So what are the 10 reasons? Well, number 1. In our bodies, we've got what's called lymph fluid. Lymph fluid, if you like, is the sewage system for our bodies. It really carries all the toxins away from the places we don't want it and takes it so the processes in our body can expel it through our organs and everywhere else that it needs to be expelled from. Now the problem with lymph fluid is that unlike the blood, which there is actually 4 times as much lymph as there is blood fluid going around, but unlike the blood, which has a heart to pump it around, the lymph system doesn't have anything. So in fact, what it needs is movement. It needs a lot of movement to stimulate it and get it moving. So it's great for detoxifying yourself by moving all that lymph fluid around, and it's very, very easy and quick to do. Number 2, your immune system. Rebounding, I found, has literally skyrocketed my immune system, and when I research it as well, I find the same thing everywhere. Your colds, your aches, your flus are going to be a lot more infrequent, because we all know that exercise helps stimulate the immune system, and it's no different here. So it works on the same principle. It's a lot easier to do this than it is to go for a 5-mile run or something. So number 2, immune system. Number 3, you're jumping up and down. You need good balance to be able to do that, especially if you start hopping on one leg or doing it with your eyes closed or anything like that. You start to get a sense of awareness for how your feet fall on the ground, because the mat becomes a bit wobbly, if you like. So after the first few times, you might find your ankles get tired, or things start to feel a bit tired, and you need to kind of rest a little bit. But after a while, you'll get into it, your balance will improve, and you'll have great fun doing it. Number 4 is all about the core. Jumping up and down just engages your core muscles, your stomach, your back, to work hard, to go back to that balance really, to keep you upright and to keep you from falling over. And what I found is just after a few, probably just 2 or 3 weeks of doing it, my core strength increased. I saw more definition in my stomach, my back strength increased. So number 4 is all about the core. Number 5. It's good for your heart. It's exercise. It helps move the blood to and from your heart. It's as simple as that really. All exercise is, depending on whether it's done right, it's good for your heart, and this is no different. In fact, it's probably a lot easier and a lot better than most other forms of exercise for you to stimulate your blood flow, get oxygen moving around to your vital organs, and increase your capacity for oxygen uptake. Okay. As we get older, we do become a bit of a victim to a bit of joint pain. I'm probably no different than anyone else in that regards, especially if you've been doing a lot of sport growing up: football, basketball, running, squash, gymnastics, anything where you might have a bit of an impact on your joints. You're going to be affected later on in life, almost without question. If you're not, you're a lucky one. But rebounding, it's so soft on the joints. There's virtually no impact coming on your joints at all. In fact, it's so easy. You know, just your grandmother could probably do it. You know, you can get these handrails that you can hold on to as well, so that really doesn't matter. It's just a lot softer on your joints. When you think about running, you have like 4 times as much impact coming through your knees with every stride you take. Even skipping, it's a lot easier than running, but it's a lot more impact than what we do with rebounding. Okay. Number 7, very flexible. By that I mean you don't get flexible necessarily doing it. I mean that you can do it around your schedule. If you've got a favourite TV show that you must watch, you can put this in front of the TV. You can watch it during the ad. You can jump up and down during the ad breaks, or as you build up, you can do a half of the program with it, or the whole program. So you actually combining 2 things in one. You can't do that with running. Equally, you can catch up on the day with your family and your children, or you can catch up with phone calls by rebounding at the same time. One thing I would say with rebounding is, especially if you're on the phone doing it, it depends on the rebounder you've got. A lot of these rebounders can be quite squeaky and noisy. Personally, I use a Belkin rebounder, and the reason I use that is it was the best one that I could find at the time that I could afford, and it has bungee cords instead of springs to hold the mat in place with the frame. What that means is 2 things: it becomes even softer on the joints, but also it's really quiet. So when you're jumping up and down, neighbours can't hear you, especially useful if you're on the flat. People on the phone can't hear you, and you can have a reasonable conversation with someone. So if your budget can stretch to it, I would definitely look at the Belkin rebounders, because they're the best ones that I've been able to find. There are certainly some decent other ones around. Anything between £20 and £500 you can spend on a rebounder. Probably you want to be spending around the £100 mark at a minimum if you can. If you can stretch to a Belkin style rebounder, even better. Just think about how much money you'll be saving by using that instead of the gym membership that you probably don't use. Not only with this, in terms of flexibility, you don't have to go out in the rain when it's cold and wet and wintry. If you decide to go for a run and you stop halfway, you've got to come all the way back again. Whereas this, you can just stop whenever you feel tired or whenever something pressing takes over. So flexibility for me, you can have one at the workplace, at home, wherever. Even take it to the park with you. Like any exercise, you burn calories, so for me it's a winner. You get on there, you jump up and down in between the ad breaks, all these calories, they add up. They're what I call kind of NEAT training. It's a term that's been coined recently, non-exercise activity theogenic. So it's basically where you're doing exercise, doing your everyday stuff. So this, the ads come on for 2 minutes, jump on, burn it, a few calories. All these calories are going to add up. Just like all the calories in chocolate add up. It might not mean a lot when you take one bite at a time, but over the year you'll add quite a few pounds to your waistline. It's the same with this. All burn of calories, 10-15 minutes a day, it's all going to add up. Number 9, I've put down there thinking. What I mean by that is when you come in sometimes, you've got a problem, you're feeling stressed, something's in your mind, you can jump on this. Not only are you going to get more oxygen going to your brain, and you're going to let everything move up and down. It's a really great feeling. It just takes your mind off things. But like I said, because you're being distracted, your problems seem to disappear. Your brain seems to go into a different state of working really when you jump on these rebounders for a while. So number 9 is thinking. one of the other great benefits here is that you're literally like a sponge, making your body like a sponge. So as you come up to the top of your flight, you've almost got like 0G, and it's almost like all your cells are expanding like that. And as you come down, everything's being squeezed like a sponge, so all your toxins are coming out, which will lead you to have more energy and vitality, and wake you up in the morning, I find. But number 10, and it's the reason I've left it for last, and I alluded to it earlier, is that number 10 is that it's great fun. So I've had little kids jump on this, and they love it, and adults do too. What happens is you jump on it, you regress to when you were a little kid and you didn't have a care in the world, and you're jumping up and down on like a trampoline, and it's just so much fun. You put in some banging tunes that you really get you fired up, you'll wake up in the morning. I tend to have these MP3 headphones on so that I can jump up and down and not disturb everyone with my crazy music. You just regress into being a kid again. You feel more energised, more alert, more awake. It was certainly the purchase of 2011 for me. I've been doing it for almost 2 years now, and I want it to be the purchase for 2013 for you. So buy it for someone, for a present, for Christmas, for birthday, whatever. Buy one for yourself and get on it. 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, half an hour a day, whatever you can manage, you will really reap the benefits and you won't look back. So that's it for now, and hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Cheers, bye bye.